Welcome to Hit the Bricks Live, your #1 podcast for horror movie news, with Lee McCoy from Drum Dums, Nick Miller from the Lost River Drive-In, and Davey Death Ray. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hit the bricks, Dorothy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hit the Bricks. We are at episode 12, which is insane. We're coasting here. I think we're starting to figure out what we're doing. I don't know, but I have Nick was on vacation. He actually was coming back today. I know all too well what it feels like to be driving all day, coming back from vacation.
Yep.
You don't want to do anything. You just want to as a matter of fact, yesterday we went to the theme park with Delilah. And man, when we got back, our asses were kicked. Theme parks just beat the shit out of me. So I told Nick, I was like, hey, brother, just, don't even worry about it. And I quickly reached out to Facci, and Facci said, yeah, man, I'd like to help. He's going to be here for like an hour. I think he's got to cut out after an hour. And that's cool, though. And me and Davey can hold it down for the rest of the time. But Facci, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're always there for me. I love you. Facci,
thank you.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here. I really appreciate you reaching out, and any chance I can get to collab with either one of you guys, I'm gonna be here. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, we're all one big happy family. I mean, you've been having these like you just got off of your Friday the 13th redo series, and now you just reached out to me, and you're gonna jump into like remake versus remake. Is that what you're doing?
Yep, Davey's on tomorrow night. We're kicking it off. People voted in the YouTube community. Friday the 13th, 1980 versus 2009. So gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll definitely jump on for one of those. Maybe we'll do prom night.
That's too easy.
I'm not going to tell you which was my favorite, but Davey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. The channel is just like humming along. I feel like I've been putting a lot of time just getting everything ready for spooky season as far as lining up some ideas, working on pre-recorded stuff. And really getting the merch shop ready. I've got a whole shitload of spooky season mugs and t-shirts and tanks for the ladies and some magnets and all sorts of fun shit. And I'm essentially rebranding the logos and everything for the channel as well. So I'm kind of doing all of that at once, and really pumped for spooky season this year. August was the best month for the channel in the 2 years that I've been doing it, as far as all the metrics go. So it was amazing. And I just want to ride that momentum. And speaking of riding momentum, this is day 27 of no alcohol. So how about that?
Awesome, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I do have some Chucky Punch that I'm going to be drinking tonight. So let's get that going in a nice brand new Death Squad pint glass, everybody.
Whoa.
Available on the Davey Death Ray Fourth Wall Shop.
Dude, I might have to I'm a cup guy. Like, I like it. Like, do you guys have a certain merch that you like? Like, say you go to like a con and you go into the merch room. Is there a certain thing that you're like? I'm sure you guys see those like Jason masks there's like 27 different colors. They seem like to have those in. Is that the same vendor that just bounces from?
There's probably a handful of them, that do that. I really like the trucker hats. I'm a sucker for those because I could just I've got a Halloween one and a Dawn of the Dead, and I'm like, oh, I need to get that Brain Dead or Dead Alive. Like, there's just something about being able to not be able to wear a shirt, to be able to like show the horror love with a hat.
Yeah,
I really dig that.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the caps for sure. What about you, Facci? Is there anything you like gravitate towards?
For a while there,
some people, they don't buy anything when they go to the merch room.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never been to one con ever. So,
oh shit, really?
No.
Nope, not once.
Wow, man. Well, I can't talk though because the first con I went to wasn't. I mean, I think it was like 2018. I think when Halloween 2018 was coming out, so it might have been like somewhere around there. I did like Spooky Empire, and I've only been to maybe 4 or 5 of them, and I think. And maybe this is a lesson for you, Facci, and people that have never been to a con. And Davey, I'll get your opinion on this, but
I'm con seasoned at this point.
Yeah. I think my thing with cons is it's like fool me once type thing, you know, like
Mm.
because you get in that line, that first celebrity, and you don't really expect how much you're going to expend when you go to a con for the first
Mhm.
time. And once you go again and again, then you start realizing, Jesus, man, this, and it just gets more and more expensive every time. So,
Mm.
and you start seeing a lot of the same, like,
Over.
no, you know, I don't mean to give any like shade or anything, but you're always going to see Alex Vincent. You're always going to see Danielle Harris. I don't know there's a few others that you constantly see at these cons.
Mhm.
It's almost like that's their primary income is just, and I think Daniel Harris has even stated that's what she does these days. That's
Cons.
her thing. So, Davey, what's your experience with cons? And do you feel like you still need to? You're like jumping to go every time they get announced, or are you kind of a little bit more skittish about them?
I love them. You know, growing up where I grew up, 23 years isolated in, you know, a landlocked town in Alaska. I missed out on a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So the idea that I could just drive down the street and get to rub shoulders with some of these people and get to meet them is very, very enticing and exciting for me. So not only that, I don't really do the line thing though.
yeah,
You know, even at age 45, there were some people I was like, I'd love to meet Nick Castle, but I didn't get the VIP, and I'm not going to spend half of the day waiting to like pay $100 to say hi really quick and get a signature.
Yeah.
So I went
exactly.
around, like Rowan Campbell had a line, but it wasn't too long. So I met him and got to like chit chat with Anthony Michael Hall for quite a while. He was very personable and awesome. And I've enjoyed his career since I was a little kid watching like Vacation and, you know, Weird Science and stuff like that. So it was really cool to get to meet somebody like him. But, you know, for me, the con is like, they're like church, man. It's like you go
Yeah,
in there, the horror people are some of the nicest people I've ever met.
yeah, that's
Especially
true.
at age 45, I was able to meet Darren and Frank from the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. Got to meet Cody Snyder, who's a big time community member. You know, chit chatting with Malik Akkad, like all these things where you're just like you're depressed the week after. So even with Mad Monster, I was like sad the week after because I got all those signatures on my Jason mask. Like got to hang out with the horror show people I'm repping the horror show gear here, and hanging out with like Vincent DeSanti and all that. So it's like I'm like,
See,
can't that just be my life? You know,
that's
can it
not
just
like you're starting to see more YouTubers at cons now. Whereas I
yeah.
think the first time I went, especially, you never saw YouTubers at cons, and I think that would be more fun, is to
Mhm.
run into, especially like guys that I know, like you, and like
Mhm.
if I ran into Christian and Nick and the horror show, all those guys, and Vincent, man, I would love that if you know, because then you can kind of hang. But when I do go, there were some people that recognized me from the channel, and
Yeah.
they would
Mhm.
approach me, and that was pretty much the most fun that I had of the day, because I actually got to stop and have a real conversation without thinking,
Yeah,
am I talking to them too long? You know, am I
sure.
overstepping my bounds? You don't feel
Yeah.
like that when you're talking to just regular horror fans. But one that was really cool was Alex Esso. They hadn't even released Doctor Sleep yet, and I had asked her. I was like, "There's nobody in line for her." And I asked her, I was like, "Hey, what's the next project you're doing?" She goes, "Doctor Sleep." And I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "That's the sequel to The Shining." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
So, and I got a signed poster back there from her. She was the nicest, sweetest freaking celebrity I ever met. So, yeah. Um, oh, before Matt, is there a celebrity that like? What's your number one celebrity you'd love to meet at a con or anywhere?
Honest, it probably would have been Nick Castle, honestly, being a
Yeah.
huge Halloween guy. But like Davey said, I mean, the line for that would be crazy.
Mhm.
So I mean, I
I
would
think
love
it
to meet
depends on
Rowan
when you
Campbell too.
go.
Hmm.
Like you can go on a Sunday afternoon, maybe like
Rush.
late afternoon, and there'll be like nobody in the line for like even some of the bigger celebrities, which is really cool. If you go on like Saturday morning, forget it. You know, that's when it gets a little, and they seem to be
Yeah.
more talkative with anybody in like late Sunday afternoon,
Hmm.
which is cool. Let me
Yeah.
say hello to some people here in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Mike Baum, that's a new. I don't remember. I always like to call it the ones I don't recognize. Chester Franklin, how are you doing? Davey Deathray, who's that guy? Liana, I listened to like half of that Uncle Acid and the Deadbolts. Or the Deadbeats. That's like right up my alley. That's freaking awesome. It's like a Jallo inspired album that she sent me.
Mhm.
It's so good. So Nick, how you doing, brother? Hell yeah. Alan Cox, George Hellman, Brett. Not JPEG. Nicholas Vincent, always keeping us on our toes. Chris, how you doing, brother? Felissa Rose, love her to death, but she's a regular left. Yeah, that's another one that you constantly see is Felissa Rose for sure. Blu-ray Addict, Paula Fitzhenry, Jake Deshong, Jay Beach. Man, seeing a lot of people. 74 people already. Jesus, man,
Hell yeah, you guys are awesome.
Cooking. We're cut. I tell you, man, every Hit the Bricks, we get more and more people watching. We get more and more people coming over to the podcast on Spotify. I have a link, or not a link, but I have a little scroll down there. So just to remind you guys, yeah, check the next day. I usually have them up on Spotify, the new episodes. Okay.
And if you're not subscribed to Matt Facci up there, go sub to Matt's channel. Also, I have a little challenge. I told my audience that I will dress as the Alpha from 28 Years Later and do a stream on Halloween if I reach 2,000 subs before Halloween. So
let's get
there you go. Get me, embarrass me. Do what you can.
Oh, dude, I told you this a while back, Davey. Your channel's just gonna soar and it's gonna multiply, and you're already starting to see it. You know, because you're very personable. People like you, and that's what's going to keep people coming back. You know, you have a unique voice. So, but you know what you were talking about earlier about like upping your YouTube game, including like the fonts and all that stuff. Like I still constantly 10 years in, I still try to constantly update. Like I updated all my like profile images on my, you know. Because you got to keep people on their toes. I've noticed, like, I'm a YouTube viewer and I watch channels, and I will say this right now: sometimes if I see the same thing over and over, as far as like maybe a thumbnail goes, a certain style, no matter how great the thumbnail is, I might get tired of it. I like a channel that will keep me on their toes. They'll try something different. Like I see Facci doing this all the time. He'll try different things with his thumbnails just to try to keep people frosty. And and maybe it's just because I don't like being stuck in one thing. I like constantly just evolving.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's why if you look back at like even my channel throughout the years, if you look at my first year compared to now, it's almost like two different channels.
It's true.
You just gotta constantly keep pushing. So
I realized I was like, I haven't done anything with my logo. Like my brother made my original logo and I love it and everything, but I'm like, I could try something different. And then even just for spooky season, so for the next 2 months, you guys will see that my logo is a little bit different. I'm repping my Davey Death Ray spooky season. So I'm gonna have like seasonal logos too that I'm gonna roll out. So we're going worldwide.
And you're getting excited about it. That's the good thing, you know.
Oh my gosh, that's all my free time and all the energy I have. I feel like I have a rocket up my ass since I quit drinking. So look out, everyone.
Here he comes.
Look out.
I think you're like refocusing, you know, like you were stuck on one thing and you probably told yourself, I need to get out of this rut. And I think the best way to do that is to dive into something more positive and watch it grow.
Therapy and sobriety. It's working wonders so far. So, hey, it works. It works.
It does. Speaking of therapy, you'll probably need it if you pay the price that you would have to pay for this new Halloween box set. Let's bring
that up.
Let's bring that up.
Incomplete box set. Get us excited about something that's not even halfway there. Not even half a chub. I can't even get half a chub over this. Guys,
I wanted to sell because I don't know if it's sold out yet, but I needed to sell out so I don't buy the fucking thing and hate myself after.
Yeah.
Because I almost did it, dude. I literally went to the site. I hit the pre-order sign. I went through the motions. I got to the very end of it, and I was like, it's just so freaking expensive for something that I already have.
And it's like what we were talking about the other week, Lee. It's like everyone gets so jazzed about these things, but it's like we're gonna get excited about anything. But like this is what the first 5 movies. That's it.
Yeah.
Like we're going to 1989 in a franchise that's almost 50 years old. So I don't know. Like to me, I'm just sort of like, like I said, not even half a chub.
Yeah, and that thing, it would just pretty much. I mean, I have duplicate Halloween steelbooks anyway, especially the first movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I've given them to people, you know, because after like having them for a couple years, you're like, I feel like if somebody doesn't have this, I would feel guilty for not giving it to them because it's doing nothing but taking up space in my collection, and here's a question for you guys before we kind of read through this or scroll through it. Like Facci, and I'm gonna guess it's Halloween, but what's the movie that you have like the most copies, like duplicates of? And it could be any like format.
Honestly, I think it's Jaws, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's the one I have. Halloween's probably second, but Jaws is first.
Yeah. What about you, Davey?
Yeah, it's probably the same. I don't know if I have every copy now, but when I was a kid, I bought every version on like VHS that came out. There was like a double VHS, must have been the 25th anniversary. I've got a handful of versions of it on like DVD, Blu-ray. So yeah, it's just one of those movies. I mean, it's my favorite movie of all time. So it's the one
you
that
gotta have it.
And every time they do a new release, it's like I gotta have that. So
Yep.
especially, I mean, at least with this new one, that new documentary was great. And I didn't even buy that new one. One of my channel members and mods sent me his download code because I was like,
I bought it.
The movie. Like, I just want to see the documentary. And really, really good stuff there. So yeah, it's got to be it. It's got to be Jaws.
I think Jaws is Halloween's definitely number one as far as most copies I have on 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS. I'm trying to think. It might be Jaws. It might be, and but there's hell, even like physical media wise in general these days. I don't really go out and buy that. We talked about this a while back, but I don't really go out and buy too much at all these days.
Yeah.
I think the prices are pretty steep. I do get excited about the boutique labels if it's a title that I'm really, really looking forward to. I like the chunky boxes, but again, I just don't buy that much. And I think that's helped me to not pull the trigger on this because I did just buy, what was that, 2 years ago that they had the Halloween 4Ks come out?
Yeah.
Those are really cool. I really liked the way they put those together. I liked the new art that they put out.
That's the thing too. It's a great set if you get them all. And on Etsy, there's like freaking custom boxes you can buy for it.
Yeah.
Nothing's really going to beat that. So
yeah, they have the custom box that's the Myers house or whatever. That's
cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know, like Facci, are you buying a lot these days or are you kind of like tapering back?
I wish I should be tapering back because my wife sees the Amazon account and then she says, "Oh, so you're getting another one." Oh wait, there's 4 more after that one. Yeah,
just get a fake account because she probably has one.
Yeah, or go to Diabolique DVD.
Yeah,
stay off of Amazon.
It's because Amazon got 2. They got a Halloween 1, 2, 3 coming out soon. More Steelbook 4Ks, and I got them pre-ordered all of them. So yeah, I'm a sucker for this. So unfortunately.
So Facci, are you actually getting this pumpkin?
I did the same thing as you. I added it to the cart. I went to the end, and then I said, I can't do this. It's way too much money.
I would never be able to forgive myself.
If it was the whole set, I can guarantee it. I would have, but just for 5 of them, no, I couldn't do it.
No. And I think that's let's look through this real quick. And I think all these these Australia's imprint films has launched pre-orders for a massive Halloween 1 through 5 4K, limited to 1,000. 13 disc set includes everything there. Each film is housed in its own steelbook case. I don't think here's all the extra features, but usually on these articles they'll put new in bold, so you're not getting anything new outside of the packaging.
Yeah.
You get the television cut for Halloween, which
it comes out. They said October 29th. I hope that's when it's going to be like at people's doorsteps.
Yeah. They said they ship it a week before, so you would get it like right at the end of Halloween when you're in November 1st. You'll regret it. That's pretty much it.
Open that thing up, grab Halloween 5, straight in the toilet, and then watch the rest of the movies.
Well, funny enough, you say Halloween 5, and I think that's the steelbook that I like the most because it's unique. Are you ever going to see Jamie Lloyd on the back of a steelbook like that ever again? I think that would be if I did a poll, I think that would be the number one steelbook that people would like. If I have to have it, I want that steelbook.
Yeah, very different. That's when I met Danielle Harris, I had that cover that they have there. That's the picture I had her sign, and she had a bunch of really sexy lingerie pictures. But I was like, I'm so tied to that role that she played. Yes, she's all that stuff is great and everything, but I'm like, I want this thing that kind of kind of roped me in. We're about the same age. She's just a few years older than me. So when I saw those movies as a kid, I was like, that's me. I'm Michael Myers' nephew or niece.
Mm-hmm.
I had all sorts of issues back then, guys. I was ahead of my time.
Yeah, you still are ahead of your time. You know what? Let's jump into this story.
That's
right
the problem too, is not doing just to close the door on that one, not doing new features, just having it be about the packaging and really the limit. It's like they make it limited so you want to buy it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like cool or special. It's just literally exclusive by definition. Like that's it. So I don't know.
How many was it?
I mean,
like 2,000?
1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah. And you know what? It'll be cool looking, and there'll be all kinds of unboxings for it and everything. And but I still don't think I'll regret it. And it's not there's been quite a few different Halloween box sets and one-offs and that I didn't get. I can't buy everything. But I remember when they had that Halloween 2 steelbook with the Myers walking in flames out of that was the one that I had to have because I was like, oh shit, that looks badass. But and there are custom steelbooks coming out for Halloween 1 through 3 where they kind of you guys know what I'm talking about? They announced these recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the Amazon ones you're talking about, right, Matt?
Yeah, and I won't be buying that either, but
those look like they were drawn in pastel crayons. Is that what the art was done on? Something like that?
Yeah, I think if I had a Halloween, a shrine, a physical media shrine of nothing but Halloween, then I might be a little bit more, trigger happy on that one. But yeah.
All right.
And guys in the chat, I'm just playing about Halloween 5. Okay. I'm just,
hey, is Nick in there?
No, he was for a second.
He was.
I thought but yeah, a lot of people are like, I actually like that. I have a soft spot for all of them. Yeah, all of them, even the ones I don't love completely.
Now, have you seen the Dr. Death cut?
Yes,
I have. I've seen the Lee from Drum Dum's Dr. Death cut.
I was gonna say,
years ago,
the only way you can watch it is this guy right here.
Yeah, probably 5 years ago, years before I started my channel, when you had posted about that, I reached out to you on Insta and was like, hey, Lee, I'd love to check this out. And you sent me a link. So you've always been really awesome and communicative.
I didn't even know that you sent me I still to this day, on probably a few times a week, I'll still get DMs for the Blue Myers cut for sure. Like I just got one again today. Just so there must be 1,000 people now that have the Blue Myers cut. So I'm trying to get that, and I don't advertise this. It's just word of mouth, and then people will reach out to me. And maybe my Blue Myers cut revisited review that I did, I included that in there. That might be part of the reason, but it's fun to make custom cuts.
It's way more cohesive. The way that part of the story is told just makes so much more sense.
Yeah, and that's why I did it. Because there's things about I prefer the theatrical cut. Davey, I know you prefer the producer's cut. Matt, what about you? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the producer's cut myself.
That's so Chad, can you tell me right now, Chad, just type producers or theatrical? I'm so curious about this because I would have bet a lot of money that everybody would have preferred the theatrical cut. But it is cool that so many people are starting to maybe come around to the producer's cut, making me even want to go back and watch it again, because
there's a couple things. The theatrical cut, I would say there's the massacre in the surgery room. Yeah. And then of course, John Strode's head blowing up. Sure. I'll take those. But man, the producer's cut, the music is better. Brings me back to the original. I feel like the pacing and the editing is a lot more deliberate. So it feels again more like the original film.
It feels like traditional Halloween for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even some of those in the theatrical cut, when the Strode teenager boy, when he shows up to say what's up to the ladies at the beginning, they play the stinger sound, so they don't play all those jump scare noises in the producer's cut either. It's just a little more chill. I don't know. I really dig it. I dig it. I love that fucking mask. That curse mask is amazing.
Oh dude, it's that's the very first legit Halloween mask I ever bought was the curse mask. Still have
that's one of my favorite ones to wear. I love that mask. H2O would be climbing up my list if it had that mask the whole time instead of just the first scene.
Yeah.
And I remember when I bought that Halloween 6 mask, I bought that thing probably like 15 years ago. So, and this was at a time where I don't remember them, seeing too many. Like, it was a big thing to have a Myers mask. Like when you went around, like a legit Myers mask, when you went around on Halloween, and did your trick or treating and everything, there was a time when if you saw somebody walking up, like say a Dick Warlock mask, you stopped and you paused and you stared at that thing for like, whoa, holy shit, that's a Dick Warlock mask. Now you see that and it's like no big deal. Everybody has, a Dick Warlock or a freaking George P. Wilbur mask. But back then, man, it was a cool thing, and people were like, it would scare the shit out of people when they would walk by.
Yeah. So, back in the day, that was like a way more niche thing. Those masks. Yeah, they didn't have the party stores and the Halloween stores back then.
Yeah, it's like a cycle, right? I think like because YouTube happened and social media happened, it helped all these deep like horror franchises, or like the big three. They just got more and more popular, and through that, the merchandise just got more and more popular. Because I think if we didn't have YouTube and we didn't have social media and all this stuff, I think it still would have been sort of almost an underground type thing. But
it's normalized us horror heads. Yeah.
Yeah. Facci, I see a lot of masks behind you. Is that Myers mask? Is that from Halloween 1?
Yeah, that's the original. That was it was a Trick or Treat Studios one, and then I sent it to James Grimm, and he rehauled it for me. For my birthday
he's
one
awesome.
year. So that's the 78.
Yeah, it looks great. Beautiful.
Yeah, can you see my screen? I have a couple screen masks. Actually, I got one down there. Brandon Tabado, years ago, because he did like his own fan film. It's like a short of Scream. It's like almost like an interrogation. But he actually sent me his screen used mask for that, and I have it back there,
dude.
Which is it's cooler when you get like a custom mask like that. Amongst Dead Things sent me. Let me show you this. Hold on. Holy fuck!
He's out of here. Oh, thanks, Brett. Appreciate that, brother. Latest one is the grabber right behind my head.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I do see that. I got some grabber merch up on the Fourth Wall merch shop, Davey Deathray. Check it out.
We're having fun, right?
The grabber.
Dude, look at this shit, man. This came out. This is when Halloween 2018 came out. And this guy on Instagram who followed the channel, Amongst Dead Things. I still remember his channel name. I think he's still on. I don't see him posting that much anymore, but he did custom masks. Look at this shit. I mean, wow. It's too small for my head because I have a big fucking head, but I ever want to wear it. It's just such a gorgeous looking mask, though.
That is nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of, as far as masks go, that's probably my most prized possession right there.
That's a creepy one too, dude.
It's creepy, dude, because you don't really see like the Halloween 2018 mask. It's cool looking, but it looks like a factory made trick or treat studio.
Yeah, kind of does.
That is freaking.
The hair's more
like
wild on
owls
that
were
one.
put into that thing, Yeah. And I don't even think that was like made from an actual Trick or Treat Studios mask. I don't know, but yeah. So Davey, you sent me this link. Let's pull it up over here. Evil Dead 2 writer, intruder, director Scott Spiegel has passed away. Of course, I mean, everybody loves Evil Dead 2. I still have not seen Intruder. I need to see that. I've been getting a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit because in my Toxic Avenger review, I stated that I'd never seen any of the Toxic Avenger movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my comments are 90%. You haven't seen Toxic Avenger?
I can't believe you haven't seen at least the first one, just because it's so like.
Well, I have
crazy,
now. I watched it yesterday. So
okay, all right, there you go.
I'll probably do a review for that. But let's remember director Scott Spiegel.
Yes.
Davey, before we read through this, what is your associate like with Scott Spiegel? Like, what drew you to him initially?
Well, I mean, really, it is the involvement with the Evil Dead. So because that group
you're the
was
Evil
so
Dead
small. Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite. Like overall, it's my favorite franchise. I just think pound for pound, it's it's really tough to beat the Evil Dead as far as consistency goes. and it's so punk rock. So it's this tiny little group. So Scott Spiegel is just one of those people that I've known about since I got into these movies when I was in high school, essentially, like late 90s. So yeah, you know, he helped write Evil Dead 2. It says there he wrote the screenplay and the story and directed Intruder, which is a really fun, like campy, wild, like, you know, doesn't take itself too seriously, little slasher flick. And there's a whole bunch, like Sam Raimi and Ted Raimi are both in there. I think Bruce Campbell's in there for a second. Like, you're going to see all sorts of fun people. So, you know, and like, other than that, really, he worked on From Dusk Till Dawn 2, which I only really love the first movie in that series. So yeah, I mean, one of these guys that just, like, even though his career, he didn't have like hit after hit or anything like that, you know, he played a role in one of my favorite movies, in Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. You know, and then Intruder's really damn fun too.
Familiar. Yeah.
And so, and he was like a fake Shemp in some of those movies too, in the Evil Dead and Evil Dead. So he's doing some like stunt work, basically, like dressing up as one of the Deadites, you know, that's supposed to be another actor. But yeah, you know, it seems like really, really young age to lose him. He was born in 57. He was born in 57.
Wow.
So he's not even 70 years old, right? Is that right?
Yeah, we've been losing a lot of freaking people lately.
Yeah.
It's you know, let's say we lost Ozzy not too long ago.
Yeah.
What are some other names that jump out to you guys? I'm trying to remember, like, because I know we lost a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I mean, what it was last year, we lost like Tony Todd.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was last year. I mean, you know, it was a while ago, but we just passed 10 years of having lost Wes Craven, which is wild.
Yeah, like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Hulk Hogan. Yep, you're right, Kevin.
Yeah, that's it. Hulk
There
Hogan.
you go.
But I know there's been more. It's just you always draw a blank on your stream, though.
Yeah. Well, and the older I get, the more I'm just like, this is just gonna happen. You know, it's just the way it is. Like, we keep on losing these people, but you know, it's just the way it goes.
You know, one of the
Brent Hines of Mastodon, Aaron Click.
Thank you. Yeah. I knew the chat. Lark Park Lincoln, Alan Cox. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's one I was really trying to remember. That one hit me. It did hit me because she seems young. You know, I mean, I remember when I saw Part 7 in the theater, she looked like she was close to my age. You know, I saw it when I was maybe, what was that? I was probably like 16. And these characters in those Friday movies, they look like they're right out of freaking high school. So when she died, that was like, wow, man. But yeah, you're seeing so many people pass away. It's just
Charles Cyphers, we lost like a year ago. Something like that.
One of the bad things about social media, though, is don't even like look at freaking X, okay? or a lot of them, because anytime anybody passes away and there's like big coverage, a lot of clicks on it, and you start clicking down and you think for sure that nobody's going to say anything bad about this person that just passed away, right? Unless it's like Hitler or somebody like that. But you know, if they're like somebody in the entertainment business, right? You click on the comments and you're just like floored by how the freaking apathy and just how horrible people are. No tact whatsoever. And it's amazing what some people will say just to get attention, right? I think that's what they do. They try to shock you to say something horrible. And it makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's just really weird, this time we live in today. But
yeah. Well, it's just that's the ugly part of social media. There's plenty of pros to social media, but yeah, Twitter, the little corners of Twitter can get pretty nasty.
It can make you. It can really make you jaded too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't dare mention Halloween Ends, but these are movie opinions, and I never attacked anybody when I never attacked anybody when I told them I liked Halloween Ends. Not one goddamn person. But for some reason, you would think I slapped their baby in the mouth or something like that, because it's insanity how personal people take it when you like a movie.
Oh yeah,
it's just the weirdest thing, man. I'll never
when you like or don't like a movie, right?
Yeah,
it's so bizarre. It's either way. Yeah.
I can't think of one movie right now in my head. If I'm scrolling X and I see that somebody likes or dislikes said movie, I'm racking my brain trying to think. Prom Night remake. Somebody says I love Prom Night remake. God bless you, man.
Yeah.
Because it's movies, they affect all of us in different ways.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier if somebody loved the movie that I hated, honestly. I think it's a great thing. And plus, it would be boring if everybody had the same. Is that what they want? Do they want everybody to just join hands across America? We hate Halloween Ends. Would that make them feel fucking better?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah.
Hey, if you hate Halloween Ends, go ahead. Like, watch Resurrection a few times in a row.
Yeah, you enjoy Resurrection, I'll watch Halloween Ends.
Yes.
Scott Spiegel, who wrote Evil Dead 2 with frequent collaborator Sam Raimi, has reportedly passed away at the age of 67. Spiegel met Raimi and Bruce Campbell in junior high, and went on to play the role of Scotty in Within the Woods, which served as a precursor of The Evil Dead. In addition to writing Evil Dead 2, he served as a fake shimp in The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2. Spiegel would pop up in cameos in several of Raimi's later efforts, including Darkman, The Quick and the Dead, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness. And outside of his work with Raimi, Spiegel is known for writing and directing the 1989 slasher Intruder, inspired by his time working at a grocery store, as well as helming From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Honey, and Hostel Part 3. Spiegel also executive produced Hostel franchise, co-wrote Clint Eastwood's The Rookie, interesting, produced 2001 Maniacs, and introduced Quentin Tarantino to producer. I knew there was some sort of connection to him and Quentin Tarantino to help get Reservoir Dogs made, one of the greatest freaking crime movies I've ever seen. So, yeah, there's a picture of him, man, young. And I'm glad they pulled up that picture because, you're pulling up Tubi and or any kind of app that has a lot of these older like 70s movies, and you'll see young faces like they look like they're freaking barely out of high school, and now they're 67 in their 70s, and you're just like, where in the hell did the time go? I looked at some of the like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My favorite, and I'll ask you guys to this. My favorite horror documentary is The Shocking Truth about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the one I've probably watched the most. I just find it so interesting, the behind the scenes of that movie. It made me love the movie even more. But when you look at a lot of those behind the scenes photos, everybody making the movie, they look so freaking young. And now, Toby Hooper's gone. He passed away, right?
Yeah.
We lost Marilyn Burns. I have a copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on VHS. The hitchhiker, I can't remember his name. He signed that.
Nice.
He's when I saw him, it's weird. Like when you jumping back to cons, I guess when you see a celebrity from a movie from the 70s and you really haven't seen them in anything else, it's strange because you're looking at them in the face and you're remembering the hitchhiker in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And he looks like, he could be my father. It's so weird how.
Yeah, you're trying to see it in there. Like,
yeah, man.
Is that the guy? Yeah, it is. It's wild. And it's one of those things too where it's, like what we've lost Gunnar Hansen as well, I believe, from Texas Chainsaw. Even in the 50th anniversary Jaws documentary, where Spielberg is sitting there, I'm like, man, Spielberg was like 26 when he made Jaws or something like that. And I'm like, and it's been 50 years since then. And he's just a kid. Imagine being 26 and making one of the toughest movies that's ever been made and then having Final Cut for the rest of your career after that.
Crazy.
Like at 26 years old, and I don't even know how many 26-year-olds really even get those opportunities anymore. It seems like something where it's like, unless you create those opportunities for yourself. Is kind of the way it goes now. But, horror documentaries, I really like, there's that, I think it's called Document of the Dead. It's a full length documentary of making the Dawn of the Dead from 78.
Great one.
So that's a really good one. I actually really like the documentary. I can't remember what it might just be called, Days of the Dead, which is on the Day of the Dead. I think it came out on the first Anchor Bay, like double disc DVD. It's like an hour and 15 minutes long or something, but I loved seeing like all the magic tricks and everything. You got young Greg Nicotero is there training under Tom Savini as well. Wow. So, and I love Day of the Dead, so it was fun to watch that. But
And One by One We Will Take You, the Evil Dead documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'll take all that you got. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Facci, what's your favorite documentary? Do you have one that you go to?
Probably Crystal Lake Memories. I'm a sucker
Dude,
for
yeah.
Friday
So
the
good.
13th, anything. So I'm always down for that one.
You know, they have his name was Jason on Tubi, I think, and I bought that when it first came out in 2009. They put that out to promote the new remake that came out, and they had like a movie ticket in there, and I think I still got the movie ticket too. But after they came out with Crystal Lake Memories, which kind of absorbed the His Name is Jason documentary, like you can literally see pretty much all of His Name was Jason within Crystal Lake Memories. They just kind of splice everything together. But yeah, that's a great. It's like exhaustive. It's like 4 hours long. But I mean, I guess you could say Rob Zombie did a 4-hour documentary on one movie. So
that's true.
Yeah,
he puts out the best documentaries though. So, one last thing I'll say about Scott Spiegel is, you know, it's Wes Craven is inspiring, and he's you know, one of the GOATs. But as far as inspiring people to quit their job at the grocery store and just take that leap and actually make a movie of their own, and, you know, start forming some stepping stones to getting, you look at somebody like Scott Spiegel, you know, who was inspired by working at a grocery store and making Intruder. And, you know, these are people that they don't get to the level of like a Steven Spielberg or a Tarantino or somebody like that. But I find these characters more inspiring just because they give you that, oh shit, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, and I think that's the ultimate inspiration right there is I mean, really, I could throw this back to like you know, like Chris Stuckman. When I, you know, before I would have never thought about getting in front of a camera. I was scared to death to get in front of a camera and talk about movies and trying to like, then I got to edit. It took a stepping stone. It took some, and I was actually talking about Nate Dunning, not even Chris Stuckman, Nate Dunning, who was kind of like your Scott Spiegel, I guess, in the YouTube verse. He was the one that made me think, oh man, if he can do it, I could probably do this. So, you know, rest in peace, Scott Spiegel, man. That's Facci. Did you ever see Intruder or anything like that?
Intruder is honestly one of my favorite slashers from the 80s. I can't believe you haven't seen it, Lee. Honestly,
I know.
it's some of the
I have the DVD too.
I got the special freaking box set that came out like a year ago. It's got some of the best practical effects ever gonna see, to be honest. I mean, it's cheesy as hell, and it helps that I worked in a grocery store for like a decade of my life. So seeing everything that was going on was so relatable to me, and putting myself in that situation if I work there and seeing what the killer killed the people with that I used every day, it really hit me, and it's so fun. You will love this movie.
Yeah. It's you should check it out this spooky season, Lee. You can
I might do that.
You can review it and do it as a tribute to Scott Spiegel and get it out there and have a fresh new watch to you know, talk about during spooky season. Not like I'm one to tell anyone what to do with their channel, but get on it.
Well, those really low budget, in the trenches directing type movies, I tend to really gravitate towards those just because I can get something out of them story wise, but also I can also get something out of them as far as like being inspired to actually do something myself, or just really just seeing how it's all put together. Because the first Evil Dead, when you watch Evil Dead, when you see the camera at a fast rate coming towards the house in the woods, you can kind of, if you really start thinking about it, oh, they probably took like a 2x4 over some casters or something like that, and just, you know, but which is what they did. So when it's different than when you watch like a Christopher Nolan movie and you can say, oh my God, the equipment that they use to put the camera on top to make that camera just move, you know, effortlessly at this very slow pace, that the equipment probably costs more than my house. So
and Intruder has that, like, there's a lot of really fun camera movement and a lot of Sam Raimi inspired kind of shots there. And having Sam and Ted like as actors, like Sam is really charming as an actor in that, like, and you can tell he's having fun because he doesn't have to be in the lead. And then even the guy that plays the hillbilly in Evil Dead 2, He's one of the leads in the movie, and I've always really liked that guy. I can't think of his name right now, but I always really liked him. So yeah, Intruder,
It's
must watch. Scott, we'll miss you. Gone way too friggin' soon, unfortunately. But man, won't be forgotten when you're part of that Evil Dead family. That's for damn sure.
Since we're talking about low budget, I'll jump over to this real quick. Just to kind of put a picture up as we're talking about it. Now, Facci, did you see the new Toxic Avenger yet?
I didn't. I'm hopefully going to check it out tomorrow. I've seen all the original run of them, but super.
That's the next question I was going to ask you, because I did watch the original yesterday, because so many people were like, "Oh my God, you got to see the original." And Lee, that's like right up your alley, because a lot of the stuff you review is this type of lower budget type stuff. And they were right. I watched it and I actually had a blast with the original movie. And I was for a movie that's 1984. What is that? Like almost 40 years old, 41 years old now. It surprised me as far as the practical effects go, because these days everything's been done with practical effects.
Yeah.
So you can almost see the effect coming before it happens. He picks up an axe. He's probably gonna do one of two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
This movie the original quite surprised me with a lot of the gimmicks and the effects that they used, and how violent but still, you know what? I'll say this right now, and this is like right off the top of my head. I just thought about this. I think Art the Clown was probably inspired a little bit by movies like the first Toxic Avenger, because it mixes comedy with really, really graphic violence. And for some reason, it shouldn't work, but it does work. And it's almost like a gateway for people that don't like really graphic shit. Like there's people that won't watch Hatchet. It's just not their cup of tea. And it's graphic as hell, but it's also has a very like serious tone. I'm sure there's some tongue-in-cheek type humor, but it's not like Art the Clown, right?
Yeah.
So
that's Trauma, man. Trauma is wild. Like, Surf Nazis Must Die. I've seen that one. That one's pretty crazy also. Just the celebration of everything that was so like grotesque and bizarre. And I guess I'll just say it again, punk rock. I mean, Lloyd Kaufman is kind of a punk rock sort of figure. So even though all those movies aren't technically good, they've also been a launch pad for some great directors and some great performers and everything else. So, I mean, James Gunn started off, I think the very first movie he wrote was Tromeo and Juliet or Troma.
Okay.
And so he started with them way back in the day before doing anything else. And then, climbed his way up, and now I guess he's in charge of DC. I don't know. So, we'll see. We'll see how long they give him the leash on that one.
Well,
I still need to see the Hatchet movies. But I probably wouldn't have watched Terrifier unless I had a channel, because it just really didn't look like it was my cup of tea. But Cecil from the Horror Show channel was like, dude, you have a horror channel. Like, you have to watch the Terrifier movies. Here they are. Go watch them. And I'm like, do I have to? Because Art the Clown freaks me out, man. Clowns freak me out. And yeah.
Well, I think that's what makes art so effective. And we'll address Chris's ridiculous claim there. But
But what? So are there 3 Hatchet movies? Is that 1 and 2?
No, there's
and then
more.
One called Victor Crowley.
I think there's 5 of them, right? 4 or 5.
Wow,
maybe 4.
Yeah,
I think there's 4.
I'm like, so
I have them all because they included pretty much all of them in various horror packs. And I saw the first one. The thing is, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, those are some cool kills. They're really, really graphic. But
that's it.
I'm not really having fun with these characters that much, Whereas when I watch Art, man, I'm just you're just wondering what he's going to do next, because he's got like a bag of tricks up his literally up his sleeve, and he just, I don't know, he really strikes that comedic chord that I'm looking for in a Terrifier movie. But then also there is that side, like once it starts getting into the violent type stuff, I do get a little like, oh shit, what is he gonna do? Like when he's got the like kid in Terrifier 3, and is he gonna fucking kill a kid? Please, Art, don't kill the fucking kid. He did it. He killed the kid. Shit.
He will, but
know?
we don't have to watch it. You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
they did it tastefully as you
Is it-
can.
Yeah.
Then you get to the shower scene.
Oh jeez!
He's
Oh
like
my god!
dragging the tip of the freaking chainsaw on the tile floor. where he has
Yeah, that
nuts.
was. And what's funny is when you talk about Terrifier, I'm like, hey, Terrifier 3 is like the most fun one. It's kind of lighthearted because it's like compared to the other two, it is.
You remember
pretty fun.
what the what's the girl's name that's kind of his sidekick in part 3? Is it Vanessa?
The little pale girl?
No, that's
Vicky?
the second one.
Vicky?
In the third,
Vicky, yeah.
Vicky, yeah. But
Yeah.
you're saying it's the lighthearted one, and Vicky's literally taking a shard of glass, and yeah.
Well, Vicky becomes the lead. She becomes the main villain in that movie. That's why I'm so interested with Terrifier 4, because I think Art is kind of pushed to the side. He's sort of her lackey, and she becomes like the demon that's in charge. So I'm like, all right, Damien Leone, you better close this out in some, fitting fashion. Like, so he's got me curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the smart thing about the Terrifier. And I don't know, it just always keeps you guessing. And you don't always have to depend on Art to be entertaining. There's always some sort of like sidekick type character, like Vicky, like the pale girl. And you never know what she's gonna do, like the little pale girl. And the fact that she's a child makes it even more kind of taboo. And so, yeah. So Facci, jumping over to the new Toxic Avenger, it's so different than the original. The story's even quite different. Which I love. I didn't, I'm kind of glad after watching the original that they didn't just do like a retelling of the same exact story, but it still has the same flavor. You still have the nuclear waste or whatever the toxic waste in the movie. It's the same type theme too. Facci, what did you think of the original? Is that something that you like? Are you a big Trauma fan?
Christian from Planet CHH told me to watch all the Trauma movies. I tried. I love the ones with Toxie, but outside of that, they weren't really my speed. I didn't have a really good time with them. But the Toxic Avenger, the original, I remember I shouldn't have been watching it as a kid, but I definitely did watch it as a kid. It was fun ass shit. And then just that one, I think them people are like racing cars down the street, and they kill that kid. And I was like,
yeah, they run over his head.
I said,
that's crazy.
They just killed a kid, like ran him over like multiple times with the car. And I mean, it's sick, obviously.
That's what I'm talking about.
But Toxie makes him pay, and he's a fun anti-hero to watch do his thing. And like you said, surprisingly, the practical effects were damn good for 1984. So it's just a fun ass time. And when I heard they were remaking it, and it kept getting pushed back, and I was, how good is this going to be, or how bad is this going to be? And I saw the trailer, and it looked fun enough. Unfortunately, it didn't come anywhere close to where I live, so I didn't have really a choice to go see it. So, but hopefully I'll be able to just go somewhere tomorrow and check it out, and hopefully I'll love it. I think I will. It looks like my kind of movie for sure.
Oh yeah,
David, it's crazy.
What do you think of the new one?
4 to 4.5 stars. Like one of the top 3 horror movies I've seen this year.
Damn.
I liked it better than a lot of movies that have come out this year. So for me, it's like Sinners Together and Toxic Avenger as far as horror goes.
Awesome.
And it's just like a different, it's just really wild and fun. And I'm sitting there like 20 minutes into the movie. I'm like, how does Toxic Avenger deserve these amazing performances and performers? But it has them, and that's so awesome. Peter Dinklage is absolutely incredible. I mean, he's great in everything, and he brings everything here. He doesn't just phone it in because it's Toxic Avenger. He doesn't act like differently. He doesn't like ham it up just because it's Toxie. He delivers it, like he treats it seriously. Elijah Wood is like locked in on his character the whole time. So I really liked his performance. He was like totally method about it all. Kevin Bacon, I would watch him in every fucking movie if I could. Like I love Kevin Bacon. The soundtrack rocked my ass off and was so much fun. Really good. The gore was really cool. It was just, I'm sitting there watching with a big old smile on my face, like cackling in the theater because it's just so like, I think Lee, you said it in your review, and I thought the same thing. It was just really refreshing and different. And
especially for this year when everything's been so damn like
Depressing.
Even, I
Serious?
mean, I love a lot of movies that are coming out. I like that deep, dark shit. But
Sure.
after a while, you kind of want something different, something fun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it came out at the right time. And I had such a, especially once it gets going, once he becomes Toxie, then oh my god, you're just. I think that first time he like pulls somebody's arm off or something like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here
But
we
even
go.
in the very first scene when like the gang busts into the office building and you got like the guy with the chicken head on, I'm just like, this is like so cool to see like
Mhm.
grimy ass trauma characters like looking beautiful on screen. And that whole Killer Nuts band, like that whole thing cracked me up so much.
Mhm.
And then what was the other? Damn it, there was something I was just thinking of that. I totally had it and I lost it. But yeah, this movie, highly recommend it. I had so much fun with this one. I hope we get a couple more. I have no idea. This debuted 2 years ago at festivals.
Yeah, I heard about
Yep.
that.
I don't. The people that thought it wasn't fit to release, I have no idea. Like, maybe they were waiting for Terrifier 3, so it wouldn't seem as hardcore. Because this movie's pretty has some moments where I'm like, oh shit, like they just did that. Lee, you know what I'm talking about in the
Yeah.
fast food place. There's one in particular where I'm like, oh shit, all right. Yeah,
I'm
super
trying to
fun.
think of a
Let's go.
movie. Like, it's funny enough, I just reviewed this movie a while back. It's came out in the 80s, and it's about homeless people. That the whole movie's about homeless
Street
people.
trash.
Street trash. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what
That's all you had to say.
Street trash feels like. It's not a trauma movie, though, right? The original Street Trash, but it feels like a trauma movie.
I don't think so. It may, but isn't that weird? There's a whole subgenre called, what do they call it? They call it melt movies.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
a good-
like,
I've
that's
never
a whole
heard that, but that's a good name
subgenre.
for
People melting is
Melting,
a subgenre. Like, oh,
Jason Takes
my
Manhattan
God.
could be. You could file that in there.
Like
It's there.
now
Yeah.
horror people are like metalheads, where like almost every band has their own subgenre.
Mhm.
Like, it's like such a wide, diverse array. Street trash, I know what you mean. It has a feel like
Mhm.
it does feel like a trauma movie.
Yeah, and there's like
I'm
a
taking
fun
look.
aspect to it, and but the practical effects, especially there's like a character sitting on a toilet, and
Mhm.
there's this like potion or something like that they buy, and he like drinks it, or somebody pours it down his mouth, and his body just slowly like starts melting. The original's great. The remake is trash. The remake is horrible. I watched the remake. I think it came out last year,
Mhm.
and it's weird because I can kind of compare this to what they did with Toxic Avenger, because that's a remake done right, with Kevin Bacon and great
Mhm.
actors and Peter Dinklage. The remake of this one, I don't know if it was just because they didn't really have talent behind it, in the acting, the everything. It just, I don't know. It
Yeah.
failed miserably for me. So, but I wanted to show you guys this, and I mentioned this to you, Davey. There was a moment in Toxic Avenger, and I won't spoil anything, but
Oh,
I
I-
immediately
Yes. I had the
that
same
right
I
there,
had the same thought where I was like, that he looks exactly like this guy.
dude.
Yes.
And nobody
The
ever.
hair and the eyebrows. It was the hair
Oh
and the
my god!
eyebrows
Yeah, as
where I
soon
was
as it
like,
happened, I was
that
like,
is
"Oh
like,
my god, that's freaking
yeah.
Fry's creature." It's
Yeah.
insane. And if my chat, if you don't know what this is, the Incredible Hulk had an episode called The First, and it's an episode. It's one of my favorite, probably my favorite episode. Those two-parter episodes of the Incredible Hulk are, most of them are great.
Mhm.
This one was where David Banner comes upon this town. He finds out about this legend of a Hulk that was like in the 50s or something like that before him. And so he starts doing some research, and he finds out about this Dr. Clive, I guess Jekyll and Hyde, they call him Clyde, whatever, Dr. Clyde. He used Fry as a test subject to make a Hulk, but Fry wasn't a good guy. He was a bad guy. And so Clive realized that he made a horrible mistake. And so he tricked him, and he was able to change him back. So then David Banner comes into town, and the Fry tricks David Banner so he can become the Hulk. And so then you got two Hulks. And I was a kid when I saw this on TV when it debuted, and it scared the living shit out of me. that freaking guy, Dick Durock, played him. His face was like this nightmare fuel. I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
saw in my dreams when I went to sleep at night. It was freaking insane. That episode still is really, really great.
Yeah,
But-
they definitely bring this look in. There's a little,
Yeah.
it's kind of blink and you'll miss it if you don't know the reference, but it's
Yeah.
so funny that you put that in your review, Lee, because I was like, wow, I had the same exact thought. Like because I missed the show when it was on like its original run, but
Yeah.
whenever they replayed it, I was always keen on that because as a kid, you couldn't get Marvel characters like really in movies or TV.
Mhm.
In the era that I grew up in. So I would always look at like during the summer, I'm like, oh my God, they're replaying like the death of the Incredible Hulk, like as a TV movie. Like I gotta sit down and watch that. So yeah, that was one of those moments where I'm like, shit, is that what that's a reference to? It looked exactly like him, just without the green.
So good. Facci, do you have to go? It's like 10:30.
I can go for another 10 minutes or so.
All right, yeah. You just let me know, or if you need to just duck out and while we're talking, you go. We'll get the.
Just
We're not going to be
fucking
hurt.
leave.
All right. I'll be like, where'd Facci go?
He's outta
Fuck,
here.
man. Nobody
Yeah.
likes me.
Teleported.
So yeah, chat. If Facci just suddenly disappears, we're not fighting. Okay.
No.
Yeah. But you know what? So let's jump into the fall preview. All right. So let me pull this up. Quickly. There we go.
Yeah, it's fall preview time, everyone in the
Fall
chat.
preview.
What horror movies are you
Yeah,
looking
chat.
forward to?
Yep. Have they already? And I'll ask you guys this too. Chat. Have they already? Has the movie that you've been looking forward to horror wise? Has it already happened, or is there something that you're still waiting for? Let us know. Facci, what was your most anticipated movie of the year?
Black Phone 2.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
It looks so damn good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
about
that
you?
does
Dave?
look good. I think my most anticipated one for this year was probably Weapons for quite a bit of the year. So it didn't really hit the way that I wanted it to, although I did
Mhm.
enjoy it. So with Keeper coming out, like I really love Osgood Perkins. I like his weird
sir.
shit. So looking forward to that one.
Oh,
moving
dude, me
forward
too,
here.
man. I can't wait for Keeper. It looks like it's going to be insane, and I'm just blown away by Osgood Perkins and the guy's trajectory these last couple of years. Like, what cocaine is he snorting right now that's keeping him going like
And
he is? Because
he's already announced his next movie.
Holy shit. Dude.
After
insane.
Keeper, he's doing one called like The Young People or something like that, and like, so he really is trying to do 2 movies a year, which is
Holy shit.
pretty prolific for a director to be doing.
dude,
2
I think
movies
he's
a year.
you can tell he is loving what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
He really is. And I don't think he writes everything he does. I think he's got he gets inspired by certain stories, or somebody brings a story to him. But I think if he sees something that he's really inspired by, he just say, hey, fuck it, let's make a movie.
Yeah.
So Aaron Click, Shelby Oaks is his next most anticipated. I'm looking forward to Shelby Oaks for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see, going through my chat here. Osgood Perkins must have a hell of a deal with Neon. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He ain't lying, man. Silent
one
Night,
looks-
Deadly Night remake
Yes.
with Rowan Campbell. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Brett.
yes. Hell yeah.
Sure.
Keepers, close second. Lover and Cast. We're talking about Christina Ricci. Everybody loves Christina Ricci. I hope you. Okay. So let's go through this.
Good Boy.
I'll
We
read-
can't miss Good Boy too. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that
pretty good.
one, even in an hour and 12 minutes, I'm like, that might be the perfect runtime for this kind of movie. Because man, in that teaser, that dog is putting out one hell of a performance, and I love haunted house, like slow burn supernatural movies. Like I just fucking love that shit. So I got high
me
hopes
too.
for Good Boy.
I'm curious. I'm looking for. It's a gimmick movie. Anytime you have some sort of
Yeah.
gimmick, kind of like Bird Box, and
Oh god.
Mhm.
from the point of view of a dog. So yeah, it could be fun. So I'll let Facci read Facci. Do you have this pulled up?
I do.
Okay, cool. So I'm not going to read this intro here. Okay. We just went over Toxic Avengers. So, okay, here we go. Conjuring Last Rites. Facci, take it away. You go ahead and read about that.
Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson reunite for one last case as renowned real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren in the final chapter, I believe it when I say it, of the Conjuring franchise as we know
Right.
it. Franchise veteran Michael Chaves returns to helm the fourth film in the main series. The Conjuring Last Rites draws inspiration from the real-life Smurl family haunting in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. Let's go. Farmiga and
Alright.
Wilson star alongside Mia Tomlinson and Ben Hardy, who portray Ed and Lorraine's daughter, Judy Warren, and her boyfriend, Tony Spira, as well as Steve Coulter returning as Father Gordon, plus Rebecca Calder, Elliot Cowell, Kyla Lord, Cassidy, Bo Gadsden, John Brotherton, and Shannon Cook.
Okay, the way we'll do this is because we got quite a few of these, a couple sentences or less. We'll each give yay or nay. Are you looking forward to it? Okay, so I'm gonna say I'll say yes. I'm not like a diehard Conjuring fan, but I'll always show up day one because they might surprise me with something that's as good as the first two, and that's great. That at least two of the 4 movies so far are really great. So yeah, I'm really curious about. I don't even need the story to be a true story. I just want to be entertained. So I'm looking forward to it. Davey, what's your thoughts?
Not really. This one doesn't really move the needle for me. I like the first couple, but yeah, I just it's sort of jump scare city in the trailer, so I'm just
Yeah. And Facci's
Something,
audiobook will be coming out, I believe,
thank you.
in November. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's correct.
He's got a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Facci, are you a Conjuring fan? Are you looking forward to this?
I saw the trailer right before they played Jaws, and I thought the trailer looked fantastic. So it looked creepy as shit. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's all I need. Just give me something nice and creepy. Okay. Just give me that. And give me Mega Cat. That's give me Mega Cat for days. And I'm in there, okay? In there like swimwear. All right. That's cool. Thank you, Mega Cat. All right. Davey, I'll let you read this one. Traumatica. Go ahead, Davey.
All right. A young boy's night terrors become reality when his mother begins showing signs of demonic possession. What he's about to experience will haunt him for the rest of his life and claim countless lives across generations in the latest from director Pierre Ciagardis, who wrote... Is that right? I don't know. Who co-wrote with Two Witches co-producer or co-writer producer Maxime Rancun. Rebecca Kennedy from Two Witches, Emily Gross from The House on Pine Street, Randon Navitt, AJ Bowen from Your Next, Sean O'Brien from The Middle, Susan Gale Watts, and Sean Whalen from The People Under the Stairs star in the demonic horror movie. Watch the trailer here.
I have a review for this on my channel. Rebecca Kennedy, big fan of hers. If you haven't seen Two Witches, this girl has star power. She is really she gives herself over 100% to, but very physical types of roles. She can play a demon like nobody I've ever seen, and she's great. So I highly recommend this movie. It definitely kept me on my toes. It's not for everybody. I'm going to say that right now. It's got some crazy shit in it, but that's usually what I like. So you have my seal of approval, my recommendation. Yeah. So I'll go to Davey. Davey, is this something that looks like it could be up your alley?
Yeah, I think the trailer for this one looks good. I like how it goes back from like traditional narrative camera to first person, like video game kind of camera shots. So I think that's kind of interesting. Unfortunately, I've spent some time ripping on the old hag trope, and it looks like this movie sort of dips into that a little bit. But the trailer looks good for Traumatica.
Before I go to Facci, I will say the last act really surprised me, and I loved the direction they went to. And I will say this is the last thing I'll say. Halloween. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
You'll know what I'm talking about after you see the movie. I was like, what? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
And I saw that you had a review, and I just avoid watching it because I'm like,
don't watch my review. Just go into it blind. Go into it blind. Okay. Facci, does this something look like something without me freaking glowing over it? Does this look like something that you'd be interested in?
Well, I listened to your review on it, so yes, I want to see this. So
okay,
it's on the watch list.
Okay. George Hellman, is this something that you look like you could, get involved with? Okay. I would watch The Long Walk and The Running Man as a double feature or one. Yeah, because they're Steven Spielberg properties. Yeah. So yeah.
The Walk and Run.
I'm seeing The Long Walk on Wednesday night, actually. And I'm seeing The Conjuring on Thursday night. So
double.
Are you guys there opening night for the Conjuring?
No.
No? Davey? Are you a
I don't
Thursday
know.
night premiere guy?
So if I'm really interested, then yes, I'll be there Thursday night. But it just all depends. Conjuring, maybe
This
not.
could be horrible. I didn't like the Devil Made Me Do It. You know, I think if you
Yeah.
want to watch a movie that's sort of
did.
like The Devil Made Me Do It, watch Amityville to the Possession. I think is probably the greatest haunted house movie I have ever seen in my life. And to top that, because this is sort of a similar story, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Oh, The Long Walk. Okay. The R-rated adaptation of Stephen King's 1979 novel centers on a grim annual contest in which 100 teens must journey nonstop and under strict rules until only one is left alive. Expect a bleak adaptation ahead. Those people.
Those people.
Those guys. Stop. Okay. Stephen King must be like Oz Perkins, where he wrote like 7,000 books a year.
Yes.
Every year there's another title, Stephen King title, that I've never heard of. And they make movies out of everything, and he's still they're not even half done. So I'll start. I'm curious about this one. Is Stephen King? You know, you could have like a spectrum of horror. You could have like Shawshank Redemption, which has no horror. And then you can have something like freaking Carrie. This is a bloodbath at the end. So I don't think this is going to be that horrific, but I could be wrong. I don't know. There could be hobbling in this movie, which would be perfect, given the premise. Facci, what's your opinion on this one? The Long Walk.
No interest whatsoever.
Really? Okay.
Really.
The only thing that got me interested was Stephen King, because Stephen King is.
I do like Stephen
I'm like,
King.
I'll give it a chance, but it could be bad. I don't love everything Stephen King's done. Davey Death Ray, what do you think?
Not interested.
Oh, okay.
This looks like the Hunger Games, the walk version.
Fuck that, man. I don't like Hunger Games at all.
And Mark Hamill has become insufferable to me.
Yeah.
So it gets tough for me to want to
agree.
root him on as well. So
yeah, I agree. And you know what? Thank God we're past that whole young adult franchise craze, like Twilight and Divergent and all that shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I'm glad
Twilight's hitting the theater again. Twilight's having anniversary.
I know, dude. Those movies are so tough to watch. Like I want to freaking blow my brains out when I'm sorry. They're so bad. They're just so bad. And you don't like Halloween Ends. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Be nice, Lee. Be nice.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Facci, do you want to read this one? He's still here. I'll keep as long as he's here. I'm going to keep telling him to read. Okay.
The Rabbit Trap. Let's see. No clue what the hell that is.
Dev Patel. He puts
when a musician and her husband move to a remote house in Wales, the music they make disturbs local ancient folk magic, bringing a nameless child to their door who is intent on infiltrating their lives in the feature debut by writer-director Brian Chaney, the psychological folk horror movie produced by Spectrovision. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I don't know. That's it.
Okay. I'll start first. Because Dev Patel's in it, and I did like what was this movie? The Monkey, something Monkey. It's not The Monkey, but
Monkey Man?
Yeah, Monkey Man, or is that it? Yeah, Monkey Man. I like Monkey Man. So, put Dev Patel in a horror movie. I think I'm in. I think I'm going to say I'm in on this one, guys. What about you, Davey?
I mean, this sounds like interesting enough. I like folklore, kind of, ambiguous kind of horror movies like this. It doesn't really give you much here. I haven't seen a trailer or anything, so I'm just like going off what they're telling us here. It sounds like it could be interesting. Little nightmare fuel.
Okay, all right. Facci, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with another no. Doesn't seem like up my alley, if we're being honest.
See, have I said no yet? I need to start getting my shit together. Okay.
Well, it's because you're getting all that money from the studios.
That's true. I am a shill.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yes.
all right. Let's go. The Jester 2, which looks like Black Phone 2, just from first glance. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What's going on here?
I'm saying no, and I haven't even read anything. Okay, here we go.
I didn't see
This
the
looks
first
pretty
one.
cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah. Davey, you want to read that one?
Yeah, the Jester creator Colin Krawchuk returns to write and direct for the sequel set on Halloween. In the film, teen magician Max finds herself locked in a brutal showdown with the Jester, a nightmarish and supernatural trickster with real dark magic and a killer act. As illusions turn lethal and every escape is a trap, Max must pull off the ultimate trick, staying alive. On this deadly night, the only escape is to beat the devil at its own game. The Jester 2 arrives in theaters nationwide for 2 nights only. For 2 nights only on September 15th and 16th, accompanied by an exclusive behind-the-scenes featurette.
Okay.
That's going to be a pass for me. I'll just get that out of the way.
I think I'm going to pass too. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to pass. What about you, Facci?
I didn't see the first one, so we're going to probably go ahead and pass on this one too.
Okay. So we all, for the first time, passed unanimously.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, him. Is it whose turn is it, or is it my turn? Yeah, that's my turn. Okay. Should I do the soccer style kicker? Okay. Former college wide receiver Tyreek Withers. Does anybody catch that?
Yeah, Ace Ventura.
Thank you. Okay. Plays Cam a soccer style kicker. Plays Cam
One
a
hell of
rising
a
star.
model American.
Hell of a model American. This looks really good, actually. We've all seen the trailer. It's produced by Jordan Peele.
Yes.
It's you're combining football with horror, which seems like a no-brainer. I think that one's gonna. Yeah, this looks trippy as fuck. So
yes,
I'm there day freaking one for this one for sure. Facci, are we gonna get a no from your football fan? So you
yes. This movie looks amazing. So
yeah,
I will be there watching this.
Hell yeah. Will football fans be watching this? That's
yes.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully.
I think so.
What about you, Davey?
Yeah, it looks great. Tyreek Withers was one of the only parts about I Know What You Did Last Summer that I enjoyed.
He's perfect.
He was great. And I love football, and it's nice to see Marlon Wayans in a serious role.
Yes.
He handles those a lot better. He
does,
man. Anti-funny. He's never made me laugh, ever. He's terrible. I hate Scary Movie. I hate those movies.
Yes,
but I love him in Requiem for a Dream, and this one honestly looks like it could be like an Oliver Stone kind of movie. So, it's got that realist kind of thing going. So, yeah, looking forward to this.
Going forward, chat, I want you all to kind of like pull together and get some kind of bet going. When will Davey mention that he hates Scary movie? And then whoever guesses the time perfectly, they get the kitty. Okay.
I don't know what it is with those movies. Like, is it just because you were children when you saw that? I don't know, because I saw those movies when I was an adult, and I was like, man, this is so weak compared to like the Naked Gun and Hot Shots. It's fucking terrible.
I love it.
It's Bush and cum jokes, and that's pretty much it.
Really?
Like those things can be funny. They're not the only things.
Yeah.
Come on, Scary Movie.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, they're doing a Scary Movie 6.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Staying on track. Facci, Night of the Reaper. Shudder. Coming to Shudder. Go ahead. Read that one.
Superhost and Z director Brandon Christensen is back this Halloween season with The Night of the Reaper. In the wake of the brutal murder of a teenage babysitter, Halloween, college student Dina returns home for the weekend and is roped into a babysitting gig of her own. When the local sheriff has mailed a piece of evidence that proves the murder may not have been an isolated incident, he is led on a scavenger hunt to reveal the killer may be planning a sequel. Okay.
You read that really nicely, Facci.
I'm going to say yes. 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in because Brandon Christensen. I'm a huge fan of Superhost. I like Z. I've reviewed both those movies actually. So yeah, and I saw the trailer for this. It does look really, really good. I like the whole babysitting horror gig too. So yeah, I think the chat for the most part is going to want to see this too as well. I'm going to guess right now, but this looks really good to me. Chat, if you haven't seen the trailer for this, check it out. Night of the Reaper looks awesome. Okay. Holy fuck, everybody stop the truck. We got gold standard, biggest Halloween Ends DGG fan ever to walk the planet Earth. Here we go. He says, hello, Leah. I've never asked you a Halloween question before. I was curious if you think, like most of us, that Halloween Resurrection was better than Halloween 2018. Well, he's speaking for everybody. He assumes that people like, and you know what? How in the hell can anybody like Resurrection over 2018? I think it's impossible. That's just
maybe Tabata is the only one.
Yeah.
he's the other. Him and Gold. He might be gold standard. I haven't proven anything, so I don't know, man. That's yeah, and with repeat watchings of 2018, yeah, I've found issues with the movie, but there's still scenes that give me chill bumps in that movie.
Yes, sir.
And there's scenes that give me warts when I watch Resurrection. Okay, there's a difference. Chill bumps and warts, there's a big difference. So yeah, I think the highs are really high in 2018, but it does have a couple of lows in there for sure. But Resurrection, the whole movie is a fart stain. Okay, that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
To make us put up with Tyra Banks and then not let us see her get killed.
Yeah.
The worst thing that movie does, probably.
This is the internet for you too, because again, and I know the internet existed, but social media didn't really exist when Resurrection came out.
Yeah.
If they swapped, right? If 2018 came out in 2002 and Resurrection came out in 2018, Facci, what would the result have been? Would there have been mass lynchings all over would people have died with that fallout? Would Gold Standard be saying the same thing if the roles were reversed?
Yeah.
Quit lying to yourself. If Resurrection came out in 2018, people would be doing backflips out windows. Okay. It would be mass anarchy, and it would kill the Halloween franchise probably for good. So
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. But Gold Standard, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.
That was a really nice super chat. I appreciate that. And never change. I love his DGG comments. I look forward to them. When I don't see one, I shed a tear.
Yes.
Just one little tear.
Gold Standard, I hate to break it to you, but the DGG movies are all in my top 5 of the Halloween franchise. Halloween Ends is my favorite sequel in the whole fucking thing. So whoops.
Me too.
Whoops. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Neither Reaper looks great.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's straight to Shudder. It looks very cinematic.
Yes.
And don't take that don't take that theatrical window to heart, especially these days, because man, I've seen many a great freaking horror flick that didn't even go to freaking theaters. You know, like and here's one that a lot of people didn't like. It's divisive. Ash. I dug Ash. I thought that was really, really good, really interesting sci-fi horror flick. I don't think it went to theaters. If it did, it was a very, very limited release. So I've seen quite a few really great movies that didn't really have a theatrical release. All right. Chain reaction. I'll read this one. Documentarian Alexandra O. Felipe charts the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's profound impact and lasting influence on 5 great artists. Holy shit, I'm in for this, dude. Anything Texas Chainsaw Massacre related, I'm in. There's no turning back. I mean, give me that with a freaking side of bacon. Jesus. Especially with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
You got to have your bacon.
You do.
Facci, what are you thinking on this one? Do you need another documentary on Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Can you have enough? I mean,
exactly.
It's an interesting franchise for sure, of course.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, Allie's so right. When evil lurks, Allie. Matter of fact, I believe Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews, this was his favorite movie of last year, and I think it was
the best. It was the best horror of 2023 for me,
dude. It was amazing. Yeah. And kind of putting a whole spin on, making like mixing possession and zombies, sort of. In such a unique way.
Yeah. The way I described it is, this is if Christopher Nolan made an Evil Dead movie. This is what it would be.
And there's
very grounded possession.
And that shocking scene with the dog, I won't spoil it. Holy shit, dude. I remember jumping out of my freaking couch when I was like, oh my God, that was insane. So yeah. Davey, what do you think about this, the chain reactions?
I'm curious to see, because I only know Stephen King and Patton Oswalt by name from this list. So curious to see Patton's take on it, since he's a comedian. And then the other artists who I don't even really know. I can understand why Stephen King, why it would be a big deal for him. But I love the original TCM. It's easily my favorite in that franchise. And I'll watch another documentary about it.
Awesome.
Why the hell not?
I'm gonna let Facci read this one, The Strangers Chapter 2. Facci, were you a fan of The Strangers Chapter 1?
Yeah. One of the very few people that actually is.
I thought you were, and you know what?
And
That's great that he was. It's great that he. I thought it was gutter trash, but I
I
don't judge Facci for it. He liked it. So yeah.
when I saw it in
Go ahead
theaters,
and
I
read
was
that.
like, I
I'm
like it a
happy
lot.
for Facci that this is
well,
coming
thank
out
you.
because he wants to see where that story goes.
I do.
Yeah,
The
go ahead and read
Strangers are
this,
back
Facci.
and more relentless than ever in the second installment of director Rennie Harlin's new trilogy. With nowhere to run and no one to trust, Maya must survive another horrific chapter of terror. Gabrielle Basso and Emma Horvath also star in The Strangers Chapter 2. Alan R. Cohen and Alan Friedland wrote the sequel screenplay. I am ecstatic. I can't wait. I don't want people jumping on the bandwagon, though. It's too late.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's too late.
I will say I'm very curious, okay? Because it is possible that they could make a movie that I didn't like at all, and then kind of up themselves, I guess, or maybe fix things that make me kind of want to go back and watch the first movie. If this movie can do that, then that's the ultimate win for me. I do, and I'm a big fan of middle chapters. I just am. Because you never know where the story's going to go. We kind of can figure out where the first chapter is going to go. David Gordon Green trilogy. Halloween Kills was the movie during that whole run that I was the most excited about. It looked fucking amazing. Not talking about the movie itself, which I love the movie, but the ramp up to Halloween Kills. Oh my God. I was just like, God, give me this movie. This looks so amazing. So because of the middle chapter, I am curious about this movie, but I will say if this movie fails, I probably won't even want to watch how the story concludes. This movie, for me, there's a lot riding on this movie. This movie has the chance to win me back. It does. So Davey, what about you?
Not interested.
Couldn't give a
Loser.
fuck.
Fucking loser.
Yeah. Okay.
I've only seen Pray at Night. That's the only Strangers movie I've seen, and I really like
and that's
that
a great
one.
one.
I don't want to
Okay.
sully the waters with this other shit.
Yeah.
We're done.
All right. Davey, you read the next one. Alpha.
All right. French maker Julia Decorna is back with a new genre bender. Alpha, a troubled 13-year-old, lives with her single mom. Their world collapses the day she returns from school with a tattoo on her arm. Decorna's latest played at the Cannes Film Festival earlier this year and is said to bring a shift to the filmmaker's use of body horror.
Ooh, okay.
All right. We got some people starring in this one. And I'm a body horror kind of guy. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, me too.
I guess I'm curious. I haven't seen a trailer, but I guess I'm curious here.
Dude, the Raw, that movie freaking blew my mind. I absolutely adored Raw. Have I seen Titan? I've heard the title before.
Oh God,
but
I haven't seen either of those.
But dude, you need to check out Raw. It's about cannibalism, with a modern edge. It feels like it came out in like 2015 or 16, I think 16. But yeah, Raw is great. I'm a sucker for foreign directors. That they usually, especially if it's something that's kind of caught the American zeitgeist, interest. Then I'm like, okay, so people have noticed this movie from abroad, so yeah, maybe there's something here. So yeah, I'm definitely in for this one. And body horror, yeah, I'm all about body horror. So, yeah. Facci, what about you?
This will be my last one, and shockingly, another no, not interested. Well, I'm more of the repeat stuff that people have seen over and over again.
Facci, thank you so much, man. This was a blast having you with us.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, really appreciate it, Matt. And
Thanks,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
For Friday the 13th, 1980 versus Friday the 13th, 2009 over on Faccis Cinema.
Appreciate that, buddy.
Maybe we'll do a Hit the Bricks Mega Pack one episode where we'll have people that have sat in, and we'll all get together for one big gangbang.
A gangbang.
There we go.
A mukbang. I love it.
Yeah. Have Cecil in here and get everybody. Get us all together.
Man.
Okay. Cool. The chat too. Everybody's invited. We'll just all see if we can get 60 people on the Hit the Bricks. All right.
Just fill it.
We can do it.
Yeah.
I just want to see how many windows I can fill in that. That'd be awesome. Okay. All right, Facci, we bid you adieu, good sir.
All right. Thanks for having me. You too, guys. Peace.
Yep.
Take care.
Brother. All right. All right. So Bone Lake I'll read this one.
Oh
Bone
yeah.
Lake looks interesting. A couple's romantic vacation at a secluded lakeside estate is upended when they are forced to share the mansion with a mysterious and attractive couple. Their dream getaway spirals into a nightmarish maze of sex, lies, and manipulation, triggered by a bloody battle for survival. Mercedes Bryce Morgan directs from a screenplay by Joshua Friedlander. Those people star. So I'm in the middle on this one. It looks like maybe this is the one because you don't see too much like in the way of sex in horror movies
Yeah.
these days. You know,
Yeah.
it feels like filmmakers veer away from that. They don't like to do what they did, like say in the 80s and the 90s. I don't know why. It's just not part of the recipe these days. Maybe
It's
they're
not.
scared of, yeah, like I guess that's the first question, Dave. He's like, why don't we have the erotic horror anymore? Where did it go?
I think it's more of like a workplace thing, like, filmmakers not wanting to put performers in a situation where they feel like they need to do that for their job,
Yeah.
because there's just more sensitivity around that kind of stuff. So, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, like sometimes there's just certain stories that, necessitate that. Not every story needs like nudity and all that kind of stuff. But this one seems like they're pretty much going for it. Like this has got, it's sort of like I'm like, well, this seems like it has elements of like companion meets elements of like barbarian,
Yeah.
this kind of thing. But it seems like they are going as sexy as they can get. Because I don't know if you saw the poster, but it's like skeletons, and it's like one is like on its knees going
Oh,
down on the
wow.
other one. So yeah, Boner Lake is just what I've been calling it.
Boner
Yeah, it's called Bone Lake. It's like I don't know
Yeah.
how I watched the trailer, don't know how serious the movie is taking itself. But it does seem like it's going in for the sexy stuff for sure.
Yeah. If it fits in well with the plot, then I'm a hot-blooded male. I like that stuff in movies, but there have been times where
Yeah.
it sort of got in the way. So
Sure.
I think it's part of the plot here. So I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Bone Lake.
All right. All right.
Uh,
So Coyotes, October 3rd. Together isn't the only horror comedy starring an off-screen couple this year. The latest from director Colin Minahan stars Justin Long and Kate Bosworth. As for
Ah.
plot, the horror comedy follows a family trapped in their Hollywood Hills home who must fight for survival as a pack of savage coyotes closes in.
Oh, like
All
a
right.
creature feature.
Yeah,
Okay.
I dig that. I mean, I like
Yeah.
Justin Long. Like, this sounds like a simple enough idea.
Dude, yeah, Justin Long alone gets me in the door. I really can't go wrong with him.
Yeah.
I think the only horror movie wise that he wasn't his best in, I thought, was the Christmas movie that came out a couple years ago. I liked it. I
Oh,
thought it was
yeah.
okay, but his character kind of felt
He's
a little
playing like a
off.
cartoon character. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
I'm
what you
trying to
mean.
remember the name of the movie. Damn it.
It was called It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Knife. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I actually the Blu-ray has a quote of mine on the back of it.
That's way too
And
cool.
I couldn't remember the name of the movie. I'm an asshole. Okay. Yeah. You take what you can get. Okay.
Yeah.
Good Boy.
Mm,
A Dog's Sixth Sense leads. We talked about this one earlier.
yeah.
I don't need to read all that. Yeah, because I'm really curious. Like I said, any kind of gimmick horror, I'm usually in. They can
Yeah.
usually win me over because there's something unique about gimmick horror, whether it be like a one take type deal, or from a dog's point of view here in this case. But yeah, it could be. I mean, I think a good example of this too actually is the Maniac remake. That's a remake, and they said, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's never show Elijah Wood for like 98% of the movie. Let's
Yeah.
just show his point of view." And it's
Mhm.
Elijah fucking Wood, and they still made it work, because usually you
Yeah.
want to show Elijah Wood, but it works. So yeah, I'm definitely, dogs are kind of iffy for me in horror movies though.
Mhm.
There's very few where the dog is like the center of the whole thing. Like Cujo is a perfect example,
Yeah.
but it could go either way. Like, I'm not giving this movie a full pass. I need to be won over. Okay. I need to be
Yeah.
wooed. All right.
The
So
trailer looks good, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out if it's available near me.
okay. I hate that you have to be the one to read Shelby Oaks because I know
Oh no.
what you thought about it. But yeah, let's let
No,
you
I
go
mean,
ahead and read it.
I think it looks like I'm gonna watch this one in the theater too, for
Okay,
sure.
good,
So, all
good.
right, Shelby Oaks, October 3rd. Who took Riley Brennan? YouTube film critic Chris Stuckman makes his feature debut with Shelby Oaks, a traditional narrative that incorporates found footage elements. It centers on a woman searching for her missing sister, a paranormal investigator who disappeared over a decade ago. These people star in it, and you can watch the Red Band trailer there off of a link from Bloody Disgusting. Yeah, I think it seems like we've seen a lot of movies that kind of have this sort of plot, like, hey, somebody went missing doing this investigation or during this thing, and I'm gonna go look for them kind of
Yeah.
idea. But man, the trailer, like it looks really good. I think
Hmm.
the production value and the set decoration and everything, like, it doesn't sound like it's necessarily like my kind of movie, but I'm rooting for Stuckman and everyone involved for sure.
This is the one movie on this list that's like everything behind it is just as interesting as the movie itself. I
Hmm.
feel for Chris Stuckman because he took a big risk. He went for a goal to make a
Yeah.
studio level looking movie.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of us are we want to go look at the reviews from his peers. Will they review this movie like Jeremy Johns? A Jeremy Johns review of a Chris Stuckman movie would be
Yeah.
freaking. Can you like he's probably going to get more views on that than just because people are curious. But
Yeah.
also, if this movie turns out to be great and like revered by everybody, loving it, and it'll change his life. I think if this is a hit for Chris Stuckman, will
Yeah.
he? Will he? I think he'll maintain a YouTube channel, but I think because he made a shift when he started reviewing movies,
Yeah.
um, where he didn't want to. He only wanted to do film celebration. I don't think it's a cop out. I think it's just a decision. And I think anybody in his situation, they might actually go that route. You don't, because are you going to try to, if you're making a movie at the studio level and you're getting backed by freaking Mike Flanagan and Neon, do you really want to go shitting on movies from that point forward constantly?
I mean, you
As long as
can't
you're on,
really because now it's political.
yeah, yeah.
So
As long as you're honest about it,
yeah.
then I think he was honest. I don't think he's trying to, hide behind something to make people think,
Yeah.
he was upfront about it. But yeah, the big thing, because we've talked about Chris Suckman in the past about this, but yeah, the big thing is there's so much writing on this movie, I think. And if it's great, it could change his life to where he shifts things even more, and maybe we see less of Chris Stuckman on YouTube. I think he'll still maintain a channel and still maybe do like behind the scenes on his upcoming movies.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, because
at this level, I can't imagine you just making one movie and then being like, okay, I did that. Now let's move back on to reviewing movies. I
I mean,
can't
if
see
it
that
does
happening.
well, because Neon jumped in to, help produce it. So if it does well, then he could sign a deal with them,
Yeah,
So it's
he
one
could
of
get a
those
three
things
picture deal.
where, yeah, it's like, the first it was like the Filippo brothers, and they've put out two very high quality horror movies. And if Stuckman can get one in the bank,
Hmm.
it's gonna put a bigger spotlight on, okay, so who's the next filmmaker that started out as a content creator?
Yeah.
It's
And
it's
I
just
do
good
know
for
that
everyone.
he's already got a foot in another project. He mentioned it on one of his
Oh,
previous
okay.
videos. Yeah, he's already
Yeah.
like the wheels are already in motion for his next project.
He's gonna
So
direct the Jason Universe movie. I'm just joking.
exactly, yeah. Now I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's directing the next project. I don't know what capacity it is,
Gotcha.
but it's something in the film business. So yeah, it looks like a Blair Witch type thing. I'm curious for sure. VHS. I'll read this one. Halloween. I've never seen any of the VHS movies. I know I need to. I've just never. I don't know. I've just never bothered watching them. But the eighth installment in the found footage anthology. That's why I don't jump for found footage. But
Mhm.
franchise themes itself around the best holiday of the year. While plot details are under wraps, the new class of directors include Brian M. Ferguson. Those people. Yeah. I. You know what? I'm curious about this one because it is set on Halloween. And I have a feeling I don't need to watch the other ones, but maybe
No.
the context will be a little bit better if I do watch the other ones. So,
They're all like separate stories as
okay,
far as I know. They don't really connect. So yeah, it's just anthological. Um
okay.
yeah,
Are
this
you
looks
curious about this one?
I've seen a couple of these VHS movies. They're okay. I'm not the biggest found footage person either, but yeah, Halloween. I'd be more likely to check it out for sure.
Okay.
Centered around Halloween.
All right, I'll let you read the next one. Beasts of Wars.
All right. Up next from Sting and Wormwood writer-director Kia Roche Turner is a shark attack survival movie set in World War II. It centers on a group of Australian soldiers attempting to survive on a makeshift raft after their warship is capsized. In the dark below, the ultimate apex predator, a great white shark, hunts in the wreckage and is drawn to the smell of fresh blood in the water.
Why didn't they release
looks
this
good.
in July?
I don't know.
It's a shark
But
movie.
I covered this a little bit on my channel because there's a practical shark, and I'm like, this looks good.
Oh
I'm
yes,
like,
give me practical sharks for
I
sure.
want to see a practical great white. So
Yeah, I mean, if it's a shark movie, I'm in. That doesn't mean I'm going to like it. There's a lot of bad
Yeah.
shark movies, but usually, if it's something that's being like advertised by Bloody Disgusting, then yeah, I'll definitely give it a watch for sure.
And it basically looks like a fictionalized version of the USS Indianapolis story that Quint tells.
Ah, okay. They
So
made
it
a movie
seems-
about that too, actually. A while
Nicolas
back.
Cage, I think.
Was he? Oh my god!
I think so. He's like, not the bees. No, I'm just kidding. Not the sharks.
Not the sharks.
But I think he is in it, if I remember correctly. I think it was like direct to video.
All right. Death Stalker. Director Steven Kostansky reboots Roger Corman's cult favorite with a newly reimagined installment of the cult sword and sorcery series. The kingdom of Abraxion is under siege from the dead Dreadites, a mysterious horde of warriors whose sudden appearance are rumored to foretell the return of the I should be able to say this, Davey. Necronomicon.
They
Davey,
spell it differently. Yeah, it's weird,
Necromemnon. Okay.
Yeah.
An ancient sorcerer, long thought dead. I'll stop right there. I don't. Yeah, it just looks kind of B-level to me. I could be won over. I don't know. That guy in the picture though, he's a stuntman, I think, in the background, but he was in an episode of Barry where it's like a one take type episode throughout the whole episode, and it's fucking awesome and it's hilarious. Again, I try to recommend Barry to my audience every chance I get. If you haven't seen Barry with Bill Hader, oh my god, that show is so freaking.
I haven't, but I heard it's amazing. Yeah,
I'll say this, Davey. If you like stuff about actors, like he's an assassin who goes undercover and he takes an acting class, because one of the subjects is in the acting class. And I love stuff like that about watching an actor's process and mixing that in with a show. And it's so witty written. The writing is so witty is what I'm trying to say. But I'm sure some of you in my audience have seen Barry. Please set Davey straight. It's so freaking good. And I love
Bill Hader. I should check.
Yeah.
Even though he copies me when he's talking about the Evil Dead, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I've forgiven him. I reached out personally and was like, it's okay, Bill. I said I've been saying it's punk rock for 20 years, but go ahead and tell everyone that. And
it's not all comedy either. It gets serious, and that's what keeps you invested. But by the way, what is this new trend on YouTube with what ex actor thinks of the thing? Like I've seen a lot of these videos. What Bill Hader thinks of these movies.
I've seen it a lot with Tarantino. Talking about Jaws. Tarantino.
That I understand because he made the movie and he's a respected filmmaker. But when you got like what freaking what a comedian thinks of a movie, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
I don't care. So, but
Deathstalker, like I've seen a couple of the old Deathstalker movies. They're like super corny and cheesy, and I'm wondering if this is gonna try to take the piss out of it and be fun and be aware.
Yeah,
it's kind of what it looks like. So maybe it'll be sort of like a Toxic Avenger thing where this thing's actually fun. I don't know though. Yeah, right. I've never been a sword and sandal kind of guy.
That's the thing that took me out of it. Unless it's like I like or something like that.
Yeah, like the first Conan the Barbarian. Like I'm cool with that, but I've just never been like really into those movies by and large.
Yeah, it doesn't draw me in. So, yeah, you want to read the next one, Vicious?
Yeah, when Polly receives a mysterious box from an unexpected late-night visitor, it comes with a simple instruction. Place 3 things inside: something you need, something you hate, and something you love. What begins as a strange ritual quickly unravels into a waking nightmare in the latest from director
Oh, fuck.
Brian Bertino of The
Yes,
Dark
I'm
and the
in.
Wicked and The Strangers. So
Oh
Dakota
my God.
Fanning's in there. All right. And she's the only one
Yeah.
I recognize. So we'll just call it good there.
Brian Bertino, dude. Yeah, The Dark and the Wicked is freaking amazing. The Strangers is awesome. Yeah, I'm they freaking won. I didn't know anything about this movie until we just read it, but
This
yeah,
sounds
this
good.
looks, and it's a gimmick movie, a box, three
Yeah.
different things inside. Yeah, so I'm
This looks
definitely in for
good.
that.
I'm interested.
All right, cool. Let's go to the next one then. Here we go. Here we go. Black Phone 2. 4 years ago, 13-year-old Finn killed his abductor and escaped, becoming the sole survivor of the grabber. But evil never truly stays buried, and the phone is ringing for Finn once more. The grabber seeks vengeance from beyond the grave by a menacing Finn's younger sister, Gwen. The siblings must face a killer who's grown even more dangerous after death. Scott Derrickson returns to direct the script. And I'll stop right there. Yeah, I'm totally in. And I've always wondered, like, how are they going to bring Ethan Hawke back? But then, if you think about the plot of the first movie and the supernatural elements of it, when he's talking
Yeah.
to the victims on the phone, why couldn't the grabber find a way to reach out to him through the phone? So I guess that's an easy hole to dig yourself out of writing wise. So yeah, I think
Yep.
I'm definitely into this one because I just love the whole 70s vibe of the first movie, carrying that forward here. You freaking like a 1977 Oldsmobile running through my scene.
Yeah.
That alone, it just gets me jazzed, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
what are
I'm
you thinking about
excited
this
for
one,
Black
Davey?
Phone too. Very
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, I guess that's all. I think most people are really looking forward to this one and just seeing how they do things a little bit differently now. So
Mhm.
I think that's a good thing to have in a sequel, to be forced to do something different.
Shit. All right, I'm going through we have so many
There's
left.
so many in
Yeah,
here.
so
Yes.
we'll pause it right there, and I think the next one we'll dive into because these are later in the year anyway. So I figure
Yeah.
let's put a pin in Black Phone
Yes.
2, and we'll start with Frankenstein on the next one because I think we got like freaking 20 more or something like that.
There's so many in here,
There's so
guys.
many.
And I
So
know Nick's going to want to talk about Frankenstein because I know
oh
he's
yeah,
really excited for
so
that one. So that'll be perfect.
cool. So Davey, what do you got? Davey, thank you for hanging back with me after Facci gone.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, we still hold it down quite well, and loving the what we're doing. Thank you, Davey, for giving me the push that I needed to get something like this going. It's been so freaking fun. Thank you to the chat for
Heck yeah.
always getting excited. And yeah, Davey, what do you got coming up, brother? I know you got a lot going.
Oh my gosh, I'm going live like 4 or 5 times a week, guys, whether it's on my channel or somebody else's. So tomorrow I will be on Faccis Cinema with Matt. We're going to, do a versus battle, original Friday the 13th versus the '09 remake. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing late night with the Davey. I might actually go live a couple times on late night or on Wednesday because I just started a Discord. And
Nice.
what I'm doing with super chat goals on my channel is if you reach the super chat goal, we do a watch party or a mixtape listening party on Discord because you can show the movie and share the music without having to worry about rights. So if you go on over to the Davey Death Ray channel, if you're not already subscribed over there, I'm trying real hard to break 2K before Halloween. So just give me a chance.
You're gonna get there. I can feel it.
Hop on into the Discord. It's been amazing watching people in the community be able to connect in between streams and get closer and joke around with each other and all that kind of stuff. And so the Discord, we're going to be doing with members, watch parties, mixtape listening parties, just stuff that YouTube won't allow us to do here. On Friday night, I've got a horror franchise tier maker ranking that's going to be live. And the cool thing about that is you guys are going to be able to vote. So there's
Nice.
a shareable link to where you guys can vote on the tier maker list. I won't even put in a vote. It's basically going to be me curating it and hosting it for you guys. So, and then yeah, just a lot of material coming up here in September and October. I just launched my new line of spooky season gear. If you guys want to get a cool mug or a shirt or something fun like that. And yeah, I've got some tricks up my sleeve that I'm not quite ready to reveal yet for spooky season, but it's going to be really fun. So come on over, join the community, helped me get to 2K, so I have to dress up as the Alpha from 28 years later on a Halloween stream. Which is basically, somebody was like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, I do the stream naked and I put dirt on my face and wear a long wig.
That's pretty much it.
And
like, guys,
I'm not going to show anything other than,
Yeah.
you'll just see this up. So it's not going to be like too weird for anyone,
Chat,
Some of
if
you
you're
have already seen me
watching-
naked. So
yeah, half the chat's seen you naked. Chat, if you're watching from my channel and you haven't subscribed to Davey's channel yet, please do. I want to get him to 2,000 for spooky season. Today, I consider September 1st the start of spooky season. Over at my Facebook group, Killer Flicks, September 1st, I start up 31 days of horror, where you can, if you feel the need to just, you need to write down what you're writing every day. Become a member of Killer Flicks. You can do it. There's already people filling it up right now. You write down, I just watched this today. And that way you can kind of keep a log of what you're watching. This week's a busy week for me because I had Hit the Bricks. It does rhyme tonight. Tomorrow is Alien night. Every Tuesday, I'm an Alien fanatic. I watch Alien Earth. I'm the one guy on YouTube that likes the show. So if you want to watch somebody that likes the show, then come watch my reviews, recap episode 5 tomorrow night. I think some big stuff's coming. Episode 5 tomorrow night. We got The Conjuring this week. I got a screener for Night of the Reaper, which we talked about on this episode. I'm looking forward to watching that. Yeah. Man, there's a lot coming. Just stay glued to the channel. There's tons of great stuff, rankings, all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, guys, that's gonna end it tonight. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks, every other Monday night for I almost said Killer Flicks again.
For Killer
Bricks. I can never say Killer Flicks again because it'll trip me up every time. Okay. So anyway, guys, take care of each other. Love you guys. Happy spooky season.
Oh yeah.